Police say that Timmons came off the 264 ramp right over there. He then came into this intersection and hit another vehicle. That other vehicle, take a look at this, pushed up on the curb. You can see the tire tracks in the 2500 block of Melwood Avenue. That's where police say the victim was able to jump out into this wooded area. This scene is now clear, but police tell us this is where everything started, in the form of a traffic stop. We actually saw that man being walked to a police car. Whoever did this came in through the back side of the cemetery, coming in through Payne Street, running a vehicle into these massive gates, causing this pole to bend that usually goes into the ground. It looks like that suspect is expected to be okay. He's recovering right now in University Hospital, and you can see that there are many officers. The signs of tragedy are still here on Shanks Lane. We have scorched pieces of debris from this apartment. Hours later, and investigators are still out on the scene. It seems like they're starting to clear things up a little bit. Lots like this have been free to park in, but you may want to get used to seeing these parking machines. Defendant Jimmy Harper claims in this lawsuit that it was his honesty, but little did the two men know that this camera had caught a crystal clear picture of their faces. Take a look at this. This power line taken down so low that as cars are driving through the neighborhood, they're actually touching that power line. Police cars were blocking off the roadway in an effort to get that 5-year-old to the hospital as quickly as possible. A terrifying ordeal for one E-Town grandmother who says she looked out her back door and saw a woman bending over this fence, reaching for her 5-year-old granddaughter, but she said she knew she had to fight back. A 5-year-old pulled out of her backyard by a total stranger.
It was hell.
28-year-old Chantel Coates is in jail after Frances Vincent says Coates tried to kidnap her granddaughter Joan and her 13-year-old daughter with autism, Angel.
Said I was in the house about a minute and maybe a minute and a half when this lady took my granddaughter out of the yard, and it could happen to anybody. And she reached over and grabbed Joan. She had Angel here exactly the same spot after I got Joan, right here, trying to pick her up.
Vincent, who did not want to show her face, says her daughter and granddaughters were playing in the fenced-in backyard when Vincent says Coates picked the 5-year-old up, carrying her across the street. Vincent says she was able to fight her off.
I kind of hit her back.
But Vincent says the suspect didn't give up, next trying to kidnap Vincent's daughter.
And I screamed, said, Angel, no. I said, hit her, fight.
Vincent says Coates dropped her daughter and police were able to arrest her, but Vincent says she's still keeping her family close to home.
They would be outside playing them in my backyard, but not no more, not here. It's not safe.
A close call for one family and something they won't soon forget. Coates is currently being held in Hardin County Jail. She's facing a number of charges, including attempted kidnapping. In E-Town, Anna Rivera, 11 at 11. The love of her life and the father of her children.
It's still kind of surreal.
Thumbing through the pictures and the memories, Ashley Rogers says she doesn't even know when her kids will see their dad again.
Have you ever had your heart just sink down into your guts where it felt like you can't breathe? That's exactly how I feel when they talk about him.
Rogers' husband, Eric Cortez, is facing deportation. When he was 15, he came to the U.S. illegally from Mexico and has been here for more than 20 years.
He made a mistake, and I feel like through everything that he's been through, he has paid for that.
In 2010, Cortez was pulled over because of the extremely dark tint in his windows. Even though all of the charges were dropped, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, became involved. Since then, Cortez tried to become a legal citizen.
I'm like, Eric, maybe this part of the world will be better or this part will be better. And he's like, no, this is where we need to be. This is what we need to do.
Rogers says their last hope was to apply for a special permit for people who come to the U.S. illegally when they're children. Her husband's application was denied. We reached out to ICE and they tell us through a statement that Cortez was here illegally and will be removed.
There's no hope. I have no hope for this. I know that it's imminent. Deportation is imminent, and there is no hope.
It's a harsh reality also setting in for their 3 kids. And for their futures, she'll keep fighting.
I can't let it go. I can't give up on it. I don't think I ever will.
And Doug and Renee, Eric Cortez is currently being held in Louisiana. He's set to be deported first thing tomorrow morning.
So what's next for his family? Will he be able to come back and see his children? Can his children go to Mexico to see him?
So once he gets deported, he has 10 years until he can even apply for any type of visa to come back. His His one child is 3 years old. He could be 13 until he sees his dad again.
Amazing grace.
Terrified of flying, he promised he'd make the trip for her.
I promised her I would do it for her. I just never thought I would be promising to make it to her funeral.
Nicholas Bristleboo is 20-year-old Savannah Walker's half-brother. Savannah was shot and killed Sunday morning while at a rap concert at the Tim Faulkner Art Gallery. Adopted at birth, Savannah's brother and birth mother live in Phoenix, Arizona. The two traveled nearly 2,000 miles, where hundreds of people gathered to remember Savannah.
This is a senseless, horrible tragedy, but to see that, to see all these people who loved her and who she touched, the Walker family, it's just awe-inspiring.
Tears rolled down faces lit by candlelight as family, her father.
We need to reach out, we need to love each other, we need to care about each other, and that's how we really will have a true testament to Savannah, who did that with all of us.
And friends.
Her presence on earth may no longer be, but her spirit will live inside of us until we see her again.
Remembered a life taken too soon.
Just try to just have a good night and it turned into something like that.
Moments of weakness conquered by strength, friends holding each other, spreading the love Savannah showed to each and every person she touched.
Tell the people around you love them. Tell your kids, tell your friends, tell a stranger. Do what Savannah would do.
The sound.
Officer Rodman took his final journey here to Cave Hill Cemetery. He was then laid to rest in a ceremony fit for a hero. The final resting place for a fallen hero. A sea of blue overlooked the flag-covered casket. Hundreds of Officer Nick Rodman's brothers and sisters said their final goodbye, one of their own killed in the line of duty.
This is the final call for 123 Baker, Officer Nick Rodman.
A simple and traditional ceremony. Officer Rodman was laid to rest with full honors.
Officer Rodman served the Louisville Metro Police Department and the citizens of Louisville Metro with honor, integrity, and distinction.
A flyover and a 21-gun salute to honor a husband, father, and a man who made the ultimate sacrifice for his community.
He has gone home. May he rest in peace.